Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Formula Costco. It is the halfway point of the season. We are here in beautiful Jeddah under the lights. I am Normie on Xbox here with you as always, and once again joined by Mr. BB and Potato.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one here. This street course of Jeddah, 27 turn track, a lot of turns here. It's very windy and curvy, but a lot of them, it's not full curves, and it'll be tough to pass. So we'll see. And under the lights here.
Watching the guys go out for their first lap, some guys on intermediate. 17 drivers here tonight. Missing Rowdy for the second straight week. We have Death Flare, who made his debut last week. He is in a Red Bull tonight. And then we're missing NASCAR fan, and I think we're missing Jake from the full-time driver stable.
And NASCAR fans, a big one missing for that Ferrari team.
Rowdy too, because Red Bull lost the constructors' lead last week
Yeah,
because DeMeo was not able to race. So Dead Flare is in the Red Bull for the second straight week. DeMeo back tonight. He obviously dropped off the Drivers' Championship lead quite a bit because Cole won last week and he didn't show up, which means he didn't score. So DeMeo now finds himself minus 38 in the Drivers' Championship, so going to need a very, very good second half of the season. Going to need to not miss any races if he wants to try to defend that championship.
well, the big thing now is he doesn't control his own destiny because easily Cole could go out here and win more races, and DeMeo can't do anything about it because of that race he missed. Speaking of Cole, he'll set the first lap.
Yep, Cole to the top, looking for 3 in a row here tonight in Jeddah. As there goes Logan to P1. JB to the top now. Cole looking tonight for win number 5, and obviously, as we just mentioned, 3 in a row. And what would extend his championship lead to almost a full race if he were able to get the win tonight. He currently holds a 17-point lead over Slurp in the Drivers' Championship. And then, as we mentioned, DeMeo 38 back. And then McLaren now has a 10-point lead in the Constructors' Championship as Cheesy goes to the top. Cheesy won the pole last week in Qatar. But yeah, McLaren holds a 10-point lead in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari is 36 points behind. And then Williams is 58 points back. Nine drivers on the board so far as we approach 12 minutes to go. Potato, what do you think is the key here in qualifying around Jeddah? A lot of treacherous situations you could put yourself in with the walls being so close to the curves.
I think, just get a good lap down. A lot of the mistakes you're going to see is just, getting on the curves, hitting the walls. But yeah, just don't tear up the car, obviously, because it's going to be tough once you come to the race, starting in the back. There is 3 DRS pickup zones this week, actually having a full amount of them. But other than that, it's going to be pretty tough to pass. So I think just really focus on getting a good qualifying run, but don't overstep it. Did Chan have a
Speaking of,
qualifying ban? Is that why he, or did he just?
I don't remember honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of being difficult, Sean, watching him right here, he has struggled to get through the first 2 sectors. He will now come to the final corner. Really didn't get through that one that well either, so 27 turns, as you mentioned, a lot of opportunities to mess up as Sean goes to 7th.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on it depends on how you're looking at it. You could look at it as 27 turns. You could also look at it as about like 10. You know, it's just a lot of slight curves and S's that build up the number amount. But you know, oh, is that debris that just came off the car? I don't know. But yeah, we got more than half of these cars set their laps already, and they're gonna be an intermission waiting
Oh
for the second
my.
round.
Almost had some conflict between Sean and Deathflare right there. Deathflare is actually missing his left end plate, so had some contact on the warm-up lap.
Might have
He
been
is on
what I saw.
intermediates. DeMeo back. On board with him right here. Gonna need to start putting some good races together if he wants to claw back that gap to Cole.
And actually, looking at, they do have 3 DRS zones, but 2 of them are curved. So I mean, those are pretty tough ones to go through, having to deploy that, use your battery at the same time, and try to pass people while you're having to turn the car.
DeMeo and Slurp are both out now, as is Bama. Bama picked up his first podium since Season 1 last week.
Yeah, he really established himself, and maybe for being just a factor in the top 5 every week. I think it's been Banjo and Cheesy, I think, are the 2 main guys that were battling for that spot a lot of the weeks, but now we've got another one that could even get ahead of them as he did last week and got a podium.
Slurp just starting his lap. Slurp P2 last week in Qatar.
Yeah, I think Slurp has been kind of demoralized how this season has gone. He's done pretty solid. It's just,
And he's backing out of the lap.
you can't really
Yeah.
compete with how good of a season Cole has had so far, other than Australia. Or Spain, sorry.
Spain, right. If Cole didn't crash out of Spain and finish podium in that race, this championship might already be close to over, but obviously that didn't happen. Watching DeMeo now as Slurp is back out of his lap. DeMeo and Slurp both have wins this season. DeMeo's came in Bahrain, Slurp's came in Austria. Oh, Joey's the other guy that's not here tonight.
Yeah.
Forgot
Although
to
Williams
mention
has
that
really
earlier.
just has had to fight with that all season. So he's
Yeah,
really
it's
not
unfortunate
getting a lot
because
of
I
wins.
really feel like they could be up there in the constructors' fight, but just attendance has been their issue.
Also, just got off to a bad start with what happened at Australia
Oh
with
yeah, for
Banjo.
sure. DeMeo here is coming through the last corner now. Let's see what he can put on the board.
Yeah.
And it's going to be P1 for DeMeo in the Red Bull 129.34.
And
Now jump on board with Bama to see what he can do.
I'm saying, Austin broke his wing on his hot lap, so that's his side of that story we saw.
Bama out of the last corner. Completely out of ERS. And doesn't matter,
Logan.
he's going to go to P1 anyway.
Logan just lost a side plate.
Oh.
He got squeezed
As
by
Banjo
somebody on the
just-
inside.
Banjo just went to P2, 129.151, just off of Bama's P1 time. McKenyon just starting his second lap. Slurp backed out of his first one. He is now going again. Slurp, the previous winner the last time we went to Jeddah a couple of seasons ago. And that was the battle with Cole that we saw that ended up with Cole spinning out on the final lap. Slurp was able to pull away from DeMeo and take the victory. see just how fast they're going around these corners. Up to almost 200 miles an hour along all these really tight corners, getting to 195 down the straightaway there, as you see with Slurp, and then just have to be so careful as Cole goes to P1 with a flyer of a lap, 128.64. Wow, look at that. Here comes Slurp. This lap has looked pretty sporty. He has a little bit of ERS left to use. Now he does not. And can he get to 128.60? Does not, but does go to second with a 129 flat. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the session now. Castron on a lap, so is Skinny. 7th and 9th respectively. Death Flare Josh also on track. Josh said he has put in the work this week. He has put in over 80 laps of practice for this race.
Wow.
See if it pays off for him. As Death Flare jumps to P6 just behind his Red Bull teammate for the weekend with a 129.50. Josh said this week that he wanted to really put in the time and effort to get better. And he put in the time and the effort. Now let's see if it's going to translate to results here in qualifying. Completely out of ERS, though.
Yeah, Josh, one of those guys scoreless this season so far.
Looking for his first points, but no ERS left at all here for this really long straightaway. That's probably going to hurt his lap quite a bit. Battery going to be a big factor here tonight at Jeddah with how long the straightaways are. And let's see where Josh is able to put the Sauber. It's going to be to 13th, unfortunately, with a 131.40.
And that could get topped by Aaron in just a second.
Definitely could. I think Josh has time to go back in and put a new set of tires on and recharge that battery. Hopefully he learns and tries to conserve it a little bit more. Because you really needed it at the end of the lap to make sure you push all the way. Track is empty besides Slurp, Death Flare, Josh, Sean, and Aaron now. As all 16 drivers that are still left have put a lap down. Chan retired early and will start P17.
Usually one of the first guys out here for maybe his final run. We'll see.
This will have to be, but some traffic as he goes by the Mercedes of Castron, or yeah, that was Castron. Castron, JB, Skinny all out now, and Cole out as well. And talking in the chat about how good Cole's lap was, he is apparently 4/10 up on the field in Sector 3 alone, which is incredible. So gonna see if anybody can find any time to match that. Cheesy just had a moment in Sector number 2. Had to lift going on the straightaway. As JB is gonna actually retire. Cheesy 2/10 of improvement so far. He needs 1.2 seconds if he wants to take pole away from his teammate and get back-to-back poles.
It really, I mean, heck of a lap by Cheesy last week. It's so unfortunate he couldn't follow up on it.
It's going to be a little bit better. Not going to move him up any positions, but
I don't think this made on the broadcast last week, but he had put on a setup on his car in the race that just wasn't what everybody else was doing, and it really hurt his downforce, I believe. So he just wasn't big factor for that disappointing finish for him. Still 5th though.
Now the entire field on track with the exception of Josh, who will likely be coming back out here in a moment. As we'll watch Aaron to see if he can improve on a 132.7, and he will by a second and 2/10. which moves him to 14th ahead of Sean and Snowy, who were both on track. Cole into Sector 1 to try to improve his already very impressive lap of a 128.64. Bama in Sector 1 as well, as this will be the last run for everybody. Track could get a little bit crowded. So we have 40 seconds to go. Looks like Josh will not be able to come back out. And there goes Skinny as well. Crashing in Sector 2. Cole gonna have to navigate this. There is the Haas in the wall. Cole gets through cleanly, doesn't lose any time. Slurp and Banjo about to get to the green with 20 seconds to go. They're both in Sector 3. As Bama retires.
Bit of games going on there between Slurp and Banjo. Banjo originally slowed down to get behind Slurp. Slurp does the same thing to get behind
Well, they
him.
need to hurry and get to the line. They both do. With just a few seconds. Oh my goodness, Slurp made it by like 2 seconds. Here comes Cole. Can he improve? And he does by about 0.2 of a second. 128.46 is going to be really tough to beat. Checker flag is now fallen. Can Slurp, Banjo, DeMeo, Castron, Deathflare, anybody do anything with Cole's time? Sean improved to P10 on his first lap. Looks like he's going for a second consecutive one. Here comes Logan out of the last corner to see what he can put down. And he will improve by about a second to get to P9. McKinnon trying to improve from P13. Here comes Deathflare. A really good lap going for Deathflare. He jumps to P2 with a 128.92. Very impressive lap from the rookie. His teammate DeMeo behind him improves by a 10th. Does not jump any positions. So he will remain in P6. Very, very impressive lap from Deathflare in his second career start. But now Slurp, Banjo, Castron. Can any of them do anything? Castron looks like he will not improve on his lap right now. So it looks like it's just down to Slurp and Banjo right here.
Found wrecked at the line. The Castron will just give it up.
Banjo just ahead of Slurp. They're going to cross the line at about the same time. Both of them out of the last corner now. It's going to be Banjo first. Looks like he's got a shot. Can he do it? No, he doesn't. He just misses.
Oh,
Can
Slurp
do
wrecks.
it? Oh, Slurp crashes. 129.4 would not get the job done. Banjo steals P2 and just misses out on pole by under a 10th of a second. And that'll be it. Cole will be on pole here in Jeddah.
But he's not invincible after that last lap by Banjo.
Yeah, fantastic lap from Banjo. Missed it by 71 1,000ths. Makes it back-to-back poles for McLaren. Back-to-back-to-back, I'm sorry. With Cole winning it today, Cheesy last week in Qatar, and Cole at Silverstone. I believe that's Cole's... That is Cole's third pole of the season. And we'll look to translate his third pole into a third consecutive win. But Banjo, with that impressive lap at the end, gonna try to make that not happen. As lap one, probably going to be pretty chaotic here. So we'll try to watch and see as much as we can. And here we go. It's going to be Cole, Banjo, Deathflare, Slurp, the top four. And lights are out and away we go from Jeddah. Cole gets a pretty good start. Banjo gets a decent one as well, but Deathflare behind him did not get a good start. He's going to lose 2 positions before we even get to turn 1. They're 3 wide for 5th. as Castron makes a big move. Oh, there's a
Oh!
big crash! Castron cleared himself on Death Flare, and he is now out of the race, and there's a virtual safety car, and big damage for a bunch of drivers.
Oh, and ahead of them. Something else happened.
And Banjo looks like he jumped Cole for the lead after all that. Oh my goodness. A hard crash for Castron.
Looking farther back, they were going 3 wide in front of them. That might be the hardest hit we've seen all season. That was a tough impact for Castron. And Mercedes, both cars qualifying well within the points, and now
Logan with both end plates missing as well. Trying to see who else at the back has damage.
Didn't even get my spectator menu up.
Both Mercedes, like you said, qualified well. Castron qualified 7th, Logan 9th, and now Castron DNFs before we even complete 2 turns. And Logan loses a bunch of spots and has
heck
damage.
of a start by Chan, but that might be because of the penalty he just got.
Yeah. You got a 10-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag.
Okay, that makes sense then.
But that wreck avoidance got a lot of guys some great spots. Sean is up 4 spots from where he started. McKinnon up 5. Chan up 7, as we mentioned. Bama was able to get a good start. As Slurp's coming into the pit, Slurp looks like he has damage. Cheesy in as well. A lot of guys are in. A lot of guys are in. Sean, Death Flare, Chan.
They're just going for strategy. Are they going to push that?
Looks like it's a full course, and the thing is just, yeah, it is full course, okay. So, about half the grid playing strategy here, half the grid stays out. It's actually a complete split down the middle. 8 drivers pitted, 8 drivers stayed out.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of time to be running on hards if that's them just going to the end.
Well, they're probably guessing that there's going to be another safety car.
Yeah.
Because we saw one after 1 lap. Logan actually is on the soft tires. Don't hate that strategies, because we're probably you're definitely going to have to pit again. I don't see you making it 24 laps around Jeddah on 1 set of tires. But, I mean, this is a great opportunity for some guys that didn't have track position at the start. The Alpines did not qualify well at all. McKinney and Aaron both qualified, I believe, 13th and 15th, and now they're both 5th and 6th after all this.
Yeah, 13th and 15th, and they're up 5th and 6th right now. That's incredible for them, but part of that is also guys pitting. Either way, a lot of guys benefiting off this.
So Slurp on down have already done their required tire change. So we'll see what that strategy is like. This is actually a good break for Death Flare because we mentioned he had the really bad start. He actually did not fix his wing. And he has, I believe, both end plates missing. Yeah, both end plates are missing from Death Flare's Red Bull.
I'd just be waiting.
I'm not sure why he didn't fix that in the pits, but it's going to cost him dearly, especially if you get a long green flag run right here. And he's not able to fix it. Maybe, since the safety car is continuing another lap, I would not be surprised if he comes in and fixes it right here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he lost, I believe, 6 spots on the start. As here comes a lot of guys. Josh is coming in now. Death Flare's back in. Sean's back in. JB back in. So maybe they're getting that required tire switch, and now they're going to go to mediums. I believe that's what Death Flare's doing. He's getting the new front wing. Sean is going to hard tires. Or nope, he's going back to the mediums he started the race on. Josh is on to hard tires with a new front wing. Skinny on hards. And that's a good break for Chan, too, because he served his penalty and now is still gained a bunch of spots over where he started at the back.
Great call by Slurp, though. Winning that first lap of the safety car. Now he's leading his strategy.
And I believe he's on the preferred tire.
Yeah, I don't know, because, I mean, if we just go green, you're going to have to make the same amount of stops, I think. I mean, no way you make it all the way there with those tires. It'd be... I don't know. We'll see. We've had guys go near to 20 at tracks similar to this, so. I really have been wrong on the tire strategy most of these races when I pointed out, so probably a better idea to just not confirm anything.
Well, you also never know how it's going to play out.
So, looks like Haas the only team to double dip on that pitting strategy.
And now we will be going green this lap, safety car in, so Banjo, who was able to jump Cole amid the lap 1 chaos, will lead them back. Then you have Cole, Bama, DeMeo, McKinnon, Aaron, Snowy, those who have not pitted, on the medium tires they started the race on. Then you have Slurp, Cheesy on the hards, Logan on the softs, Chan on the hards, Skinny on the hards, Josh on the hards, Sean JB Deathflare on the mediums. So very split strategies, a very split grid, and a very exciting racetrack. And we will try this one again. And let's see when Banjo decides to go here. And now he goes and gets a pretty decent start over Cole, who is going to be under pressure from Bama. And as they sprint to turn 1. Side by side, Slurp going for 7th on Snowy. Going to be side by side through turns 1 and 2. Oh, Snowy gets into Slurp there, and that's going to cost Slurp 3, 4, 5 positions. Not great. Snowy did not get a room. Oh, there was some contact. Yeah, Skinny. Oh, and the other house is going around. Chan got, I believe, into the back of Cheesy, and now Snowy's dropping a bunch of positions. Snowy went wide. Now here comes Deathflare looking for 12th. On Sean as Skinny gets going.
Right? Or am I... No, shoot, that's... Wait, are we? Yeah, okay.
And we're under safety car again.
Because sometimes it shows the top and it'll say virtual safety car and it doesn't change from the past one.
Yeah.
So...
No, I think we're still going. I'm pretty sure we're still going. There's caution flags out, though. I couldn't tell you. I'm waiting until I see a sign. VSC. Okay, we're under virtual safety car.
I guess for Kenny, I guess so.
The signs that you see like on the track that are flashing are correct.
Yeah.
And now, all right, we're back green. Back green officially. Top 4 have distanced themselves from the 2 Alpines. Then Logan, who is doing that soft tire strategy just out of Slurpee, actually tags the wall out there out of the last corner. Slurp lost all those spots due to the contact with Snowy, and now trying to rebound. Still second on his strategy, just behind Logan, who is the first one that pitted. As they go into turn number 1, DRS is now enabled. Banjo leads Cole by about 0.3 of a second. Snowy's into the pits, I believe, with pretty significant damage.
Oh!
Slurp and Logan get together, I believe.
Yeah, elbows out for Logan. Kind of got into Slurp into that corner.
Slurp has not had an easy time trying to get back up through this field.
Yeah, he just got
Chan
swallowed
goes wide.
up. He was up into...
Here comes Josh to his outside. Haas and Sauber race it out. Chan lets him go and move Josh to P10. Deathflare, JB, Sean on back trying to make up for the strategy call.
He just... And then Josh immediately hit the wall and he has wing damage now.
Oh, no.
It's minimal.
Chan gets back by him. As Slurp pressures Cheesy and Aaron for 6th and 7th as Cole takes the lead away from Banjo. As Bama sets the fast lap of the race, just behind them in P3. And now Slurp going 3 wide on the front stretch for P6. Slurp with a 2-for-1 pass. What a move from the Ferrari. Cheesy was the leader on that strategy after getting by a Slurp on the previous lap, and Slurp said, I'll take that right back. And now he is back up to P6 with about a 2.5 second gap to bridge to McKinnon in P5. And another 2.5 seconds to get up to the top 4 who are on the DRS train.
No!
Oh, Cheesy's wrecking! Aaron and Cheesy make contact, and Cheesy somehow is still in the race. He made hard contact with the wall.
Man, these guys aren't giving each other any room back here.
Cheesy now
6th, 7th, 8th,
significant
and
damage as
9th.
well. Right on plate gone for him. Yeah, no kidding.
Did that wing come off of Cheesy's car?
Yeah, he has damage. So drop Cheesy back to 9th.
Yeah, Aaron isn't even on this strategy. He's in
No,
this
he's
now,
one
too.
of the guys that stayed out.
Josh Brown losing some pace. Unfortunate, just as he got into a really good position, get that wing damage.
Death Flare back up to 11th on the split strategy as Logan takes P7. Oh, him and Aaron actually made some contact as Bama's going for second on Banjo. He takes it away into turn number 1. Logan and Aaron still going at it side by side down the front straightaway. Logan with the DRS and a bunch of ERS is going to take the position. And oh, Aaron gives him the bumper into turn number 1. It's caution, Bama's out of the race! Oh no! Bama's crashed from P2! Oh my
Oh, and that's
goodness.
a tough spot.
Huge damage.
These guys got to watch out.
Unbelievable. Bama was doing so well.
That's an interesting spot. Did he hit the left side or the right? He had to hit the left side, right?
Yeah, I think so. A very, very tough break for Bama, who is in P2 looking for back-to-back podiums. And that is going to be a full course safety car, the second full course of the race, the third caution we've seen.
Well, this is interesting. If Slurp...
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if this is possible. If he can go to the end, he's sitting great right now. Because all this time he would be losing on those hard tires is going to be minimalized by them all being
Definitely.
together. Although it's not as much because it's just a virtual.
Even though I think
right?
most of the grid will probably pit here. You could probably take Hard's 18 laps to the end.
Oh, it's an actual one. Okay.
Aaron apologizes to Cheesy, but also says Logan said it's your fault. Man, I hate that for Bama. He was looking really strong. As now, here comes the field. Cole is coming into the pits. Banjo follows him. DeMeo does. McKinnon, what does he do? He pits. Now, what does Slurp do? This is the big one. Slurp is going to stay out.
Yeah, he's sticking to his guns.
Logan, who made up good time on those soft tires, is going to come in. So this safety car works out for him. Aaron, it worked out for him as well. The big winners here, I think, are the Alpines because they started at the back, and now they're going to be on the strategy that most of the field is on. And with track position.
Do they double
Skinny
stack,
gets
though?
a corner cutting penalty under safety car. Interesting. So the entire grid has pitted with the exception of Slurp and Skinny.
Oh,
I think Slurp
yeah,
would have liked to see more guys stay out there. He's going to be a sitting duck on these old tires.
Yeah.
And not only that, Skinny stayed out, but he's behind Cole.
Well, what needs to happen is I mean, you assume he's gonna get passed by a couple of guys, but he's just got to stay. You know, at one point, first couple laps, get into a position where he's just in the DRS. He can just chill out for a bit, so he doesn't lose a ton of time. So, and it still would be very beneficial because he doesn't have to pit. I would assume at this point he's just gonna commit to that. But here now you'd have to think Aaron, Caden, that's DeMeo, Banjo, actually everybody is going for hards here. So that's to the end. Other
Yeah,
than
for
looks
sure.
like Chan. So then again,
Chan,
that might not
Cheesy,
even
Josh
help.
on the mediums. Everyone else on the hards. So I believe we'll likely... Actually, no, we're not going to go green this lap. Snowy's not there. We knew this race would probably be chaotic. We've seen just that. And Bam on the chat said a word I'm not allowed to say on Twitch.
Looks like Snowy's gonna finally catch up here.
Surprised Snowy didn't pit, but... We'll see how this works out for Slurp. I don't think... He's going to have to really push those to the end, and even if he does, he's going to be at a severe tire deficit to the rest of the field.
I think Snowy may be pitting for a courtesy because of what happened with the guy in front of him right now at Las Vegas last season. We had Josh going around there for like 3 laps, still trying to catch up to the field, so they'll all get together here.
That is true.
JB
Snowy actually just passed JB under safety car. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh, JB's having a Rooney moment.
Oh, boy.
Australia. He's losing time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Just saw a really weird skip or something. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, now a disaster for the RBs. 15th and 16th.
Yeah. JB started off the season pretty good, but he's had a pretty tough run of it as of late.
And just got to get in front of Skinny as soon as possible here.
Yeah, cannot waste any time with the Haas on the old tires. Because we know Slurp and Cole are probably just going to gap the field. And there is the signal saying safety car in this lap. So we will go back racing with 16 laps to go here at Jeddah. We've only seen, I want to say, 2 or 3 laps of green flag action. Hopefully we get some more. So here we come around the last corner. Slurp already has a decent gap to Cole, but Cole got to close it back up, and we'll see now when Slurp decides to go. And he does decide to go. Back underway. Slurp gets a decent start, but Cole with the run is going to be within a tenth into turn 1 now. Banjo making quick work of the Haas, which is what he needed to do, and he clears Skinny in turn number 1. Logan gets around McKinney. Oh, there's a big wreck! Aaron's around! Oh, man. We just were talking about how the strategy was playing into his hands. And around he goes, and a lot of wing damage. We stay green as Cheesy passes Josh for 10th. And DeMayo's still trying to get around the Haas of Skinny as the top 3 are pulling away, so he needs to do this quick. Crossover move. To the inside goes DeMayo. A very nice move. Skinny's still there, and DeMayo takes the spot away. But he's just out of DRS. Oh, there's some wing that just flew off. I'm not sure who that was from. I think it was from Skinny. Now Logan going to P5. Like very strong run here for the Mercedes so far. As Josh passes McKinney, and I believe McKinney has some damage as well.
I think he got it under... He said he hit DeMayo under safety car. That might have been where he got it from.
Oh, man. And just like that, it was going so well for Alpine, and now they're back 11th and 15th. Logan around, Skinny into the last corner, looking for 5th. He's going to get it. Here comes Chan through as well. Chan with the big move, going to go for the 2-for-1 as Logan got checked up off the last corner. DRS enabled as there goes Chan through. Skinny's going to come into the pits now. And now move Chan up to the top 5. Very strong run for him tonight as well so far. Deathflare, who had the bad start, is now up to P7. As Cheesy and Josh are still going at it for 8th. Slurp's able to hold the lead on those 6-lap older tires so far. As we actually saw quite a few people bit there. Skinny, McKinney, Sean, Aaron all have come in. Aaron had the damage, I believe McKinney did as well. As now, oh, something happened to Logan. He's going to lose 2 more spots to Death Flare and Cheesy.
I think
Oh,
that was just
Cheesy with a
DRS.
huge dive to the inside of Death Flare there into the corner. He takes the spot. A lot of crazy battles going on back here for 6th through 10th. As now Death Flare trying to put the pressure back on Cheesy.
Oh, that's not a
Oh,
spot.
that was dangerous. Cheesy hits the wall. They make some contact as well. And now to the inside goes the Red Bull with the DRS. And here comes Josh looking to do the same. Cheesy and Death Flare, I don't think are too happy with each other. Cheesy making all aggressive moves. They're going to go side by side again. DRS enabled. They make a contact on the straightaway. Still side by side. Cheesy using all his battery. He's going to clear him now. Up front, here comes Cole for the lead with the DRS. Into turn number 1, he is going to clear the Ferrari of Slurp. Slurp, Cole, Slurp, Cole, Banjo have pulled away from DeMeo. 2-second gap, and then you have Chan just in front of the big battle we've been focusing on. Cheesy once again a huge dive into the corner, almost hits the rear wing of the Red Bull. Cheesy missed that corner badly. Josh thought about a move. This is a wild 5-car battle going on right here. Coming to halfway this time. Cheesy once again looking for a way around that flare. Oh, and there's some contact and Cheesy hit the wall again. Now you're big contact and oh, someone's in the wall. And Cheesy lost part of his wing again. Man, oh man. Side by side. Oh, and there's a big crash, Cheesy. That one didn't work out.
Man,
and there goes more of his wing. These guys are being so aggressive. That was bound to happen.
It's already a 2-lane racetrack, and it's been from both of them, just not giving anything.
No kidding.
And aggressive dive bombs. It's on both sides. It's
yeah.
I mean,
with big damage is going to drop off to 10th and lose the DRS of JB. And now here comes Josh as up front, Slurp retakes P1 from Cole. And now Josh is going to use the DRS to go to the inside of Death Flare for 6th. We talked about earlier during qualifying how Josh was putting in the practice for this week, and it's paying off as he goes into P6.
and yeah, I mean, and these two guys that had real big issues with damage earlier, but these safety cars have saved them.
Josh still has damage.
Does he?
Does as well. Logan does. Skinny is in the pits again.
Just driving with it. Okay.
Here comes JB looking to the inside of Logan for 8th. Going to take that spot away. Remember, JB restarted 15th. He's been up 7 spots in the last 3 laps. As all these guys around him have wing damage, he is the lone one that doesn't. So going to try to take advantage of that. As Josh is actually pulled away from this battle. As he tries to close in on Chan for P5. DeMeo has not been able to make any gains on the top 3. And Slurp is actually holding on a lot better than I expected with those older hard tires. DRS, I'm sure, is playing a factor in that. Speaking of DRS, Cole going to use it to go to the inside and take P1 back away. As JB clears Death Flare out of the last corner for 7th. Death Flare going to use the DRS, try to come back at the RB now. Caution sector 3, that is...
Aston.
Snowy. Off the final corner as Cheesy with the wing damage is going to decide to come in and fix it. And also put on a new set of mediums. Snowy is in as well after his spin. JB once again puts the pressure back on Death Flare. Oh, JB got really loose there. Almost went head on into the wall, similar to what his teammate did. Checking in back up front, no change. Banjo's kind of just hanging out P3, 90% battery, while the two ahead of him have a little bit less.
And I mean, just... Oh,
Skinny's out. Is that going to be another safety car? A Slurp goes to the outside for the lead. Skinny was on the track, but we're green again as the car gets cleared.
Right in one of those S's.
As Death Flare is coming in for a new wing and some medium tires. So that will drop him out of that battle we were focusing on, which still is kind of happening with Logan and JB, but a lot calmer than it was before, as Josh has pulled well away from them now.
Yeah, and it's strung out to where the guys with the bad feelings are outside of it, 10th and 11th.
Who would have thought coming in tonight we'd be talking about the battle for a top 5 between Chad and Josh?
Yeah, I mean, heck of a job by both these guys. Haas has not scored points all season, I believe, right?
Right,
This is their
yeah.
first time they have a chance of doing this, and they're well within it.
Call to the inside, no. Thought about it into the final corner. But really, these guys are not pushing all that hard. DeMeo had closed in quite a bit, but just lost about 3/10 off the last corner. As Cole will go to the inside and take the lead back away. We're under 10 to go in Jeddah now.
Yeah, Haas and Sauber both trying to overtake Aston in points right now, as both those cars aren't even close right now, on time, rather.
DeMeo has closed that lead gap to about 1.8 seconds.
Heck of a job by Slurp, though. He was kind of in the middle there with the least amount of battery, but he's got pressure from behind, but decent on battery.
Still gonna have to make those tires last all the way to the end, though, if we don't get a safety car.
Yeah.
Which would make it 25 laps, which a few of them have been under safety car, granted, but still gonna be a stretch. But he is hanging on to this lead battle nicely, and he's actually gonna go for the lead here around the outside of Cole. Takes it away. DeMeo closing even more. It's down to 1.4 seconds. As now Cole is going to retake P1. DeMeo doing all he can to try to get into the DRS. Which would make it a 4-car battle. Oh, time penalty for Cheesy, who was P11.
That kind of solidifies the top 10 for the moment.
Yeah, Death Flare just came out of the pits. And oh no,
oh,
Josh!
No.
Just as I was on board with him, 3-second time penalty. Which would demote him to P8 unless he's able to pull away from these guys behind him. But JB has been running him down. He's been losing time to Chan. JB on the hards, the two guys ahead of him on the medium tires. Josh also with that wing damage we documented. And there's a time penalty for McKinnon as well, who is in 9th.
Oh my
And
goodness.
there's a time penalty for JB. Wow. 3-3-second penalties all on the same lap. Within about 20 seconds of each other. All the guys in the top 5 still clean for now, as Aaron is passes Sean for 12th. And Slurp retakes the lead on the front stretch with DRS. DeMeo actually lost quite a bit of time that lap, as Death Flare passes McKinnon for 9th place. I'm thinking about the Constructors' Championship fight right now, and with Cheesy in 11th, as JB and Josh are battling now, JB is caught up to the Sauber, as Deathflare is going to take fastest lap actually right there, 131.71. As this battle for 6th continues. The Constructors' fight right now, you have Cole in 2nd, Slurp leading, but no other Ferrari in the race. Cole's teammate of Cheesy is
McLaren would gain
P11.
3. I think
And
if that Red Bull keeps it. I just did the math in my head. If a Death Flare keeps that, then that would be, would that be 25? It'd be 12 for DeMeo, and it'd be 2 for
2.
plus the 1. So we'll have fastest lap.
So really not going to see much change. But Cole and Slurp are going to battle for the lead right here through the last corner. Banjo, does he take about a 3 wide? Banjo is going to take him 3 wide. A 2 for 1 for the Williams. How about that with 7 laps to go? And Cole went for the lead and ended up losing 2 spots. Banjo pushing the issue for the first time in a while. Now DeMeo is within 1.3 seconds. JB passes Josh on the front straightaway for 6th. DeMeo is within DRS. Oh, he's just out now. He is on the verge, though. They're coming to a detection point here in a couple of turns. Can he get that 2/10 that he needs to Cole? 1.1. Still 1.1. He's going to be just outside of it, 1.2. But them battling harder than they were before has allowed DeMeo to insert himself into the battle almost. Cole and Slurp look like they're going to battle for 2nd here. Cole thought about a move but backs out of it. Slurp actually might have tagged the wall a little bit right there, but I don't think there was any harm done. DeMeo 1.1 still. If these guys go side by side, he has a chance, but they're not going to. Still going to be 1.2 seconds.
I mean, Banjo doesn't need to have the lead right now. It's really using up a lot of his battery.
Another time penalty for Josh as Slurp takes the lead. And Cole thought about a 3 wide move, but he's just going to settle for taking 2nd away. So Banjo loses 2 spots on the front stretch. And DeMeo is there now. He is fully within DRS. Banjo, I believe, got checked up by Cole there in turns 1 and 2, and that allowed DeMeo to gain about 3 or 4 tenths. And now if he can stay within it for a few more turns to the detection point, he will be there for the lead battle. He is still pushing with all these guys. Just slapped the wall a little bit, slapped it again.
Oh, look how much more he can
right
dive
there
into the corner because of him not being checked up by anybody else.
So now making a 4-car battle for the win. DeMeo is finally, after a long, long time, caught up to the leaders. And now, for the first time in 10 or 12 laps, is going to be able to activate DRS. Oh, Slurp threw a big block right there on Cole.
Now Banjo, you might look back on it like he should have just stayed here at this point because now you have less battery. Instead of going for the lead earlier.
Still got 5 laps to recharge as we come to 5 laps to go. Slurp, Cole, Banjo, DeMeo. Who's going to take the win in Jeddah? Cole looks like he's going to go for the lead right here. And he will, and take it away. Remember, Slurp's still on 6 lap older tires than these guys. Another question we have is, can his tires make it to the end?
He's at 100% battery in the lead.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Cole could technically try to push away right here if he wanted to, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it because of just how powerful the DRS is.
Mayo kind of falling back a bit. Still within range, obviously, but maybe not the pace of the other three.
And he's been pushing really hard to try to get into this battle, and now he's here, so maybe his tire's a little bit worse off as Josh has crashed out from P7! Oh no! There
The
you see
same
his car
spot
right in the middle of the
Bama
track.
did.
And I don't see how that's not going to be a safety car because his car is right in the middle of the track, right in the way of everybody. And it just ghosts away, and we're still green somehow. Oh man, a really, really tough break from Josh. He was running very well in 7th place, on track for points. After all that practice he put in and all just like that, it's all up in smoke.
Just a few feet to the left of where Bama had it, which caused a safety car. This one didn't.
I don't know how it wasn't because I switched on to Logan and it was Logan and Death Flare and everybody barely missed him. His car was blocking like 3/4 of the track there, but still green as we go to 4 to go. Here comes Slurp. They're going to trade the lead for probably the 7th or 8th time. This Banjo actually tapped the back of Cole right there.
And it's like dramatic irony. Everybody in this top 4 thinks they can win it, but they don't know how much battery Cole is working with right now.
Slurp 92, Cole 95,
yeah,
Banjo
Slurp
37, Slurp 50.
That tells you the experience. These two have been up front all year. Obviously, DeMayo's is just experience, but these guys having to push to get up here are so much lower than the top 2.
I believe to win this race, you're going to have to be in one of the top 2 positions on the last lap. I don't think you can win it from where Banjo and DeMayo are right now.
I would say that, if not the top 2 being Cole and Slurp. I think what we saw at Las Vegas, they could definitely get together.
I was just about to say that too. Anything can happen, of course. We've seen that before. We've seen it the last time we were here at Jeddah with Slurp and Cole battling for the win. DeMayo, big run to the outside of Banjo here. His first big move since joining this battle. And on the front straightaway, he will clear.
Banjo, seeing in front of him, didn't see behind.
Cole to the inside for the lead. Banjo thought about trying to take that spot back from DeMayo as we take 3 laps to go. That move by DeMayo could end up being huge, especially if Cole and Slurp get together in front of him. But now he's moved into a position to try to pick off 2nd place and then be in position to challenge for the win.
They've got to be careful, though. If Banjo gets to DeMayo and makes a pass, that could put them out of DRS of the top 2.
Definitely. Everybody has about equal battery now. DeMayo and Banjo have about 15% or so less. But as we get to the last lap, the ERS is going to make all the difference. Top 4 a little bit more spread out than we've seen. Cole has a 6/10 lead, DeMayo 4/10 back, and then Banjo another 6/10 back. Cheesy, that's his 2nd time penalty of the day. Slurp now going to close that gap back up.
Or a point.
So go to the final corner. It'll be 2 laps to go. Slurp all over Cole for the lead. DeMayo and Banjo there as well, but with less battery. Slurp, does he make the move right here, or does he wait it out? He's going to make the move to the inside. It'll be side by side into turn number 1. The Ferrari of Slurp put him back to the lead on 22 lap-old hard tires. Is leading. I wonder how close his tires are to the puncture range. And if that will be a factor at all. DeMeo
I
had the
don't think
lift there,
Slurp's
cost
thinking
himself
about
about
that.
2/10. No, he's not thinking about it at all. Just thinking about how he can get win number 2 this season and prevent Cole from going for the three-peat. This was the exact position we were in last week, though, with Slurp leading, coming to the last lap, and Cole was able to pass him and hold him off for the win.
The difference is, the third and fourth are just right there, like literally right there.
But not really anymore. DeMeo is 7/10 back. He's going to need to close some of this up if he wants to challenge for the win right here. He's going to get the DRS and he's going to have to use some of his battery, which is going to be bad because Slurp and Cole have a lot more. And now Banjo make it even worse for DeMeo. He's going to get around it for P3. Here we go to the last lap of the race. Slurp, Cole, Banjo, DeMeo, the top 4. Cole has the most battery of the bunch, and he has the DRS as well. He's going to wait and not make the move. Slurp leads it to the white flag. We are on the last lap of the race. Cole pushes Slurp to turn 1. Banjo makes the big dive to the inside. That's going to give Slurp some gap as Cole is able to hold him off. I don't hate the move from Banjo there. Cole gets through the spot where he crashed last time. They were battling for the win here in Jeddah. But Slurp is stretching out to 4/10 now. JB just passes Chan for 5th behind all these guys. And now the top 4 are really close together. But you see the battery difference. Banjo once again goes to the inside for 2nd place. Slurp says thank you very much, going to be able to pull away, but now Banjo is in trouble because here comes DeMeo through for 3rd. Now Cole all over Slurp looking for the lead. Half a lap to go in Jeddah. Can Cole win 3 in a row? Here's the second to last DRS zone. And Cole's still not making the move. He is playing it so patiently. But now the top 4 all slapped together. And now here we go. One last straightaway for the decider. Cole with the run. He's going to use all the battery he's got. To the outside he's going to go. Side by side to the last corner. Between Cole and Slurp. Cole, can he clear him? Slurp dives it in. They make contact. Slurp clears him, but here comes DeMeo through to the inside. Who's going to be able to get to the line first? Slurp clears and blocks DeMeo. Can DeMeo get around him? Side by side, the line's going to be Slurp by 22 1,000ths. What a finish when there were 3 wide at the line. Unbelievable.
Incredible.
Fantastic finish in Jeddah. A 3 wide photo finish. First and third was 47 1,000ths of a second. How about that?
DeMeo, perfect spot. Waited on that. He was even letting off the straightaway before, not making a move. He was waiting for them to have something happen, and it did, but just not enough. I cannot believe Slurp was that fast on those that old of tires.
Slurp wins the race on 24 lap hards. An incredible battle between the top 4, and for the first time this season, Haas has scored and Chan with a very, very impressive P5 finish. How about that for them?
That's driver of the day right there.
JB 6th, yeah, for sure, because Chan started last. And Logan 7th. Death Flare comes home 8th. McKinnon 9th, and Cheesy grabs P10. And I think we can all safely agree that was probably race of the year. How about that finish?
Yeah,
that was
unbelievable.
Awesome.
I mean, that's quintessential AJ DeMeo though. Just quiet all race. He wasn't even in. I mean, you rarely ever see that where you see a DRS train top 3 and you have a guy get into there on pure pace, got into that top 4, and almost won it.
Incredible drive from everybody, yeah, for DeMeo for sure. And Chan very deservingly gets driver of the day. And Slurp, that's win number 2 for him. He needed this to get back in the championship fight. Wow, what a race. All right, we're going to talk to our top 3, and boy, do we have a lot to discuss.
Hello, Normie.
Hello. All right. You guys make sure your audio is included, and I'll let Potato take it away with our P3 finisher, Mr. Cole's to Gamer.
Yeah, so a P3 here tonight for Cole. It looked like you were playing it perfect. You were around the 80-90 range on battery these final laps. Then it came to the end and you ended up finishing third off that final corner. What do you think you could have done different out there? And what do you think how do you think this changes your chances in the points lead?
I don't really think there's a single thing I could have done differently. I, yeah, I played it pretty much as well as I could have. I didn't spin in turn three like I did 2 seasons ago. I did exactly what I wanted to do, and yeah, I just came up a little short, sadly.
Are you still comfortable with that? I think it'll be a 7 point lead, somewhere around that range after this week. Do you still think you're just as comfortable as you were the week going into this week, or is it gonna be a
Um,
bit harder?
Not as comfortable, but um, I mean, to be honest, I didn't think I was gonna have a chance to win this race. I knew I'm not that good here. Qualifying gave me hope. The strategy worked out. I had better tires than everybody. Um, but yeah, last corner, last lap, there's nothing really I could do. So yeah, I'll be next three tracks I like, so I'll be fine.
Cole, how you feeling about Imola next week?
I do enjoy it. I think I have a pretty good chance to win. I think only one DRS zone, so there won't be any shenanigans, and it'll be truly paced. So hopefully, um, just like guitar, uh, we'll win. So yeah.
Well, Cole, thank you. 47 1,000 short of a three-peat, but still a very impressive performance from you tonight. So congratulations on your P3. Still hold on to the championship lead by about 11 to 12 points, I think. So,
Yeah, thank you.
all right. Talking now to our P2 finisher, DeMeo. After a week away, you come back and we're 22 1,000ths off, getting the win tonight here in Jeddah. So take us through the last lap from your point of view. Actually, first, take us through your very long battle to get back into the DRS of the top three, and then pick your way up through there and just come up short of the win.
Yeah, I knew if I wanted any chance at it, I had to get back into DRS. Unfortunately, Skinny being up there on the last safety car restart really hurt me because I was just stuck behind him for like half the lap. So I don't know if it's because they were battling, but I just after a certain point started closing in by like a tenth or two every lap, and then eventually I was able to get them. Which was relieving because I knew I had the pace to contend. I just didn't have the track position, unfortunately. But I got back in DRS and I knew it was going to be a DRS game. Whoever basically had DRS going down the backstretch for the final time was going to be in a great position to win. Um, and I saw Cole and Thorpe side by side. I figured something might happen, and something kind of happened, although it wasn't as tragic as I was hoping it'd be. But it was enough to at least give me a shot. And honestly, I had no business winning that. I didn't lead a single lap, so I can't be too disappointed. A second place was better than I thought I would have finished, honestly. So I'm not all that upset. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun battling with the three of them, so no complaints on my end. Would have helped a lot in the championship though if I won.
No complaints from us up in the booth either. That was a very thrilling race to watch from start to finish. So now, as we go to the second half of the season, DeMeo, with you missing the race last week, it's kind of put you on the back foot a little bit, but you claw some of that championship gap back today. But what is your outlook for the second half of the season as you kind of have to scratch and claw your way back up to have a shot to go back to back?
Yeah, it's certainly an uphill battle, as you've said. Missing a race didn't help, especially if I end up having to miss more as the season goes on. But I don't know. I'm just having fun right now. I'm not, honestly, I'm not nearly as kind of invested in the championship. Of course, I still want to win it, but I knew last season was like my shot, so I gave it absolutely everything. So this season, I'm still giving it a lot, but maybe not all the effort I was putting in towards the end of last season. So it's gonna take quite a bit to put myself back in the equation for the championship, but we'll just have to see, I guess. Imola is a track that I quite enjoy going to. I don't know if we've gone here to this track in this league before, but I do like the track, so I have some high expectations for that race. So we'll just take it one race at a time, I guess. That's all we can do.
Definitely. Well, we'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week at Imola de Mayo. Congratulations on a P2, a very thrilling battle for us to watch.
Thank you.
All right, now to our winner, Slurp. You went back-to-back at Jeddah, but it was not easy. Take us through your point of view of the last couple of laps, especially the last lap.
I was trying to make sure I was in the lead. Well, I wasn't trying to make sure, but I ended up in that position, and I knew that was the disadvantage because of how the DRS zones work here, and I knew Cole and DeMeo and them would have a run entering the final corner, and Cole got to my outside, and I just completely missed the corner. I was focused completely on him, not really focusing on my breaking point, and I missed the corner, and I thought I was gonna completely clear him, and he would switch back me, and I'd fall to second or third, but I barely hit him, and it kind of feels like a shitty win because I don't want to do that to win, but yeah, it ended up working out for me, I guess. I thought DeMeo was gonna get me at the line, but I barely got him, and it was fun for the most part.
Well, you get your second win of the season. You close the gap to Cole to 11 points. So as we go to Imola next week, what is your...
11.
It's
7.
something like that.
7.
7?
Yep.
All right, 7. My bad. But as we look forward to Imola and the rest of the season, what is your kind of outlook as you continue forward in this battle, this great battle that we've seen between you three so far?
In the next 3 races, I think the only real one I'll have a shot in is Spa. Cole, I believe, is better than me at Imola, and I know Cole is definitely better than me at Japan. He dominates pretty much every time we go there, so I'm hoping for just to get P2 or a podium in those 2 races, and then Spa. I'm hoping to at least contend for the win, even if I fall short. But yeah, next few races I don't feel too confident, but just see. Let's just wait and see what happens, I guess.
Well, Slurpee, either way, you put on a show for all of us to watch, and you got the win at the line in a 3-wide photo finish, and yeah, just congratulations again. Second win of the season. You stopped Cole's three-peat, so a lot to think about and a lot to be happy about, I'm sure, for you tonight. So congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, Potato, any words before we sign off and look ahead to Imola next Tuesday night?
Yeah, it was almost through Goes to Mayo, but not quite. I think it really tightens it up a lot. It'll be really interesting to see this. I think it's a championship battle now. I think Slurp can steal some from Cole, I think. My TV turned off.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's going to be a really fun second half of the season. The first half was entertaining, and I think it's only going to be ramping up as the stakes get higher and higher. So we'll see what happens starting in Imola next week. But thank you to our podium guys, DeMeo, Cole, Slurp, for joining us in the party as always. We get used to interviewing them.
Yeah.
Glad you enjoyed the show.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show. I think by far race of the year to this point. But yeah, we're going to sign off from Jeddah. Slurp wins a 3-wide photo finish. We will see you guys in Imola next Tuesday night.